Hey guys, Jared here with the Leash. I want to show you how to install your adjustable brackets on the back side of your jack plate. First off, we are going to take a look on this particular SHO. It is mounted in the second hole down. So we're going to look at our bracket, the small 1/2 inch holes, and we're going to mount it also in the second hole down to line up with the bolt pattern. Now keep in mind, with 90% of the installations, you always want the extruded part towards the sky. So we've got 4 holes that our tether attaches to, and we always want the extended part pointed upwards. And we'll get into that just here in a minute. So let's get started. Okay, so we have attached our adjustable brackets to the left and the right hand side of the motor mounts, and now we're going to install the main tether. And there is a gap at the swivel pin bracket here, and that is where the main tether will go through, and then we'll show you how to put on the piggyback tether also. Okay, so now we're going to get to installing the tethers. We have 2 tethers. You have your main tether with your aluminum spindles, and then you have what we call our logoed piggyback tether. So we're going to start out by slipping the main tether through the swivel pin bracket. Now keep in mind, if you're running one of the new Mercury 4-strokes, we had to design our spindles so they would separate. So you will take the spindle out of the sleeve and slip it through the swivel pin bracket, especially on the Mercury 4-strokes. And then you'll put your spindle back on, clip it back in, and now we're ready to put the logo tether on. And make sure that you have the logo pointed towards the sky. And we'll slip all of this in. Maybe a little tight on some. Once it goes through, there'll be plenty of play. I'm going to bring it around and do the same exact thing on the other side. And what I like to do at this point is to go ahead and trim your motor to full trim. That way we know we're ensuring that there's no restriction from the leash on the full tilt and trim capabilities of the motor. And at this point, we'll take our 5/8 bolts, and we're going to attach to the desired fit, to the hole that gives us the desired fit. So we have 4 options, and we always want, if you look back here, we want to have about enough slack at full trim that you can slide your hand in, and then at that point you can choose the best hole to mount the tether. We're going to do that on both sides and match those up with the same exact hole on both sides. So to make sure there's no confusion, you want your overlay washer to create a sandwich around our tether. So with this application, we have the washer on the outside, and we're going to put the nut to the inside. I've chosen to go with the second hole down, and we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side here. So again, the overlay washer, creating a sandwich, second hole. Then I will torque these down. They don't have to be torqued tight. I like to tighten them down snug, but give a little bit of play to where this tether can ride up and down on the bolt. All right, so here we are. Installation is complete. Typically takes 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your skill set with the wrench. So we have the main tether attached to our adjustable bracket. We've matched the bolt pattern that the way this motor was rigged from the factory, so our adjustable bracket allows us to do that. And we've checked to make sure that we can go to full tilt with the motor and it does not impede any of the workings of the motor. So we're at full tilt. We've still got a little bit of slack in the main tether, and then we've got just a little bit of slack on the piggyback tether. It's not tight on the cowling, plenty of space for it to do what it needs to do. So if you have any questions about our products, check us out at www.theleash.net.